love doing the radio show, love KAOI, love Meyer Computer, who are the company. Jesse's here, and he sees to it that these all end up on the internet. And you can find them, you could do them. I've gotten to them oddly by just looking for Roy and Betty Sakamoto videos, a variety of things, just if I've trying to pull it up on my phone. It's amazing to me how easy it is to get to them. And then there's so many great lead-ins to them that it's pretty spectacular. And they did this. It wasn't like directed by us.
Yeah.
But we're loving it so much now that we may just run those and not do any new ones. Yeah, that's been pretty fun. Anyway, Elizabeth Quayle from Caldwell Banker Sakamoto is here today, and she has a ton of newer listings, and she's been really hot getting stuff together, doing deals, and I was going to try to quiz her on some of that today and see where we're going. We've got close to a half hour, so we can really think about some things that we're going to share with the world. What are you thinking for today?
It's a wonderful life as long as you can bend.
As long as you can bend?
You have to be very flexible in this world, and the great news is we're super limber.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to grill her on that in a few minutes and see exactly what she meant by that, because I think that could mean a lot of things. It could mean she's been exercising a lot, which I would be really proud of her for. It could, oh, nope, she says no. It could mean that she keeps herself out of trouble by staying aware of everything going on. That makes a huge difference by itself.
You have to.
You have to. That's, again,
you have to.
Another whole story.
I think let's start this off by just saying, first of all, I love the new office. We are looking outside, and thank you, God, for our trade winds. We can now see the outer islands and breathe again. What a wonderful, wonderful world in which we live.
We can.
Yes.
Let's not go there right now. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking at, but that's even worse. Roy always knows what we're looking at, which is great. I'll be looking at the corner of Maui, and I'll be saying it's Molokai or something. I can't believe we can see Molokai from here. That's the corner of Maui. Are you out of your mind?
I love you, Roy.
Yeah, but he's always right. So I try to ask first and comment later.
The voice of reason,
Mr.
Sakamoto.
He is. He's the best.
Okay, let's talk about the kiss on your cheek from Dr. Malat.
Ooh, Dr. Malat, yes. That's what you've been doing. I've done Dr. Malat for a long, long time, but typically it was the problem cases at one time. I was referred to him for those. And then you've been going to Dr. Malat now for a long time.
My husband, Dave, and I.
Yeah.
He's half Irish.
Yes.
And so
I'm 100%.
Several Mohs surgeries, many burnt off barnacles, and we all need to give Kenny Malat a gigantic shout out because he is so slammed because he's so good.
He really is great.
And
he makes everybody feel good. I mean, I think he pays attention, he cares, he wants it to look good. He doesn't want to just chop it up and have it not come out good. He really cares, and I think that's a major thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes we all wait too long, so if you're looking... Now, I don't even know if he's taking new patients right now.
Yes.
But he is someone that if you were looking for a really good dermatologist, I would call Kenny Malat. I think he's really amazing, absolutely amazing.
Well, and so many of our young people do what we did. You just outside, get brown, you enjoy life, and you're not paying attention.
Some of us should just get red.
Yeah, well.
And then it peels off and goes away, and then it gets red again. Now, that's not the best way to go, and I don't do it anymore, but it really was. I mean, and at the time, you know, using sunscreen wasn't the best at one time.
No,
it almost made you worse.
Baby oil on to fry ourselves.
I never quite did that, but I always knew that I did not have the skin for baby oil and sun. It was never going to work for me.
So yes, parents, sunblock. It's really ugly now. Everything's got zinc in it, but it's safe for the reefs and the fishies. And very importantly, it saves your keikis.
It sure does. And it saves you.
And it saves you.
And it saves you in the big picture from everything.
Be aware, be cautious, and continue to be grateful for living here. Yeah.
Let's be grateful. You know, we were talking before we came on the air about all of the different things going on here in Maui, you know, since the fires, more or less, but it really is a huge, huge thing. We've had lots of conversations about exactly what's happening or what's going to happen on Front Street. We were with some people last night talking about it, and I don't think anybody really knows. I mean, everybody thinks a different thing is happening. As I see it, nothing's happening, you know, and it's really 2 years. I mean, this is a long, long time to let businesses sit closed up, or not closed up. I mean, they're gone. And for any of us that have gone and walked Front Street, you don't even know where you are. I mean, you would think that you would know, oh, this would be the corner of Lahaina Luna. You don't, because there's nothing there. You know, there's just absolutely nothing until you get to the tree that everybody talks about.
The banyan tree.
The banyan tree. And that by itself is absolutely amazing, and it's coming back. It's looking really great. And I'm told on that the tree is not really something that was native here or was there in the very early days. It wasn't. It's something that has been more an attraction for our visitors. But you also hear people that have lived here forever that believe it is somewhat of that it was here forever. That it's a forever, ever. And
it's one of the treasures.
It's one of the treasures,
It's one of the
yes.
treasures, yeah.
So that by itself is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Have you gone down to see the tree?
I've done Front Street almost every time I come to the other side, because we weren't allowed to come down Front Street for so long. And when Dave and I used to drive separately, and you know, I moved here from a big city 42 years ago. For me, I would much rather take Front Street and look at the ocean and not hit any stop signs.
Yes.
And it ends up merging with the highway by Pumana.
Yes, it does, absolutely.
And the fact that I couldn't take Front Street for almost over a year and a half, I do it every time just to remind myself, first of all, how beautiful it is. And secondly, you sure get a lot more ocean-fronting views with
Absolutely.
being out there right now.
I haven't done it so much. I think about it, but I just don't do it.
I'm forcing myself to do it. Everything is so shocking. We're still having PTSD about everything, as I'm sure most people are. But for me, I feel like it's my duty. I feel like I need to do something and send out whatever vibes it is. Because at this point, the main issue is nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Could somebody tell us, please?
And everybody has a different opinion on what should happen or what will happen, and that by itself is difficult.
It's the old capital of Hawaii. It was so quaint and such a treasure. It's got to be addressed. It has to. It's been so long. Please, somebody give us a hint.
It is being addressed, and I think everybody is talking, and there's so many different opinions, which I think is making it really even more difficult, because I kind of would like to see people who had a business there able to reopen their business.
Absolutely.
They spent a lifetime of money, a lifetime of everything and caring, and some people would make them out to be the bad guys because they're running a business. I think that they've worked really hard to run a business. A lot of the things that were right on the ocean, I guess a lot of that is still owned by the state, I think. It's kind of a mystery to me.
I miss my yacht club. I miss schemos. I miss art galleries on the water. I miss that walk after cheeseburger in paradise, because when I first moved here, we lived on Lahaina Luna Road, where our veterinarian's office ended up being across from Ed's Union.
And where Roy grew up, 463 Lahaina Luna Road.
Yeah, and we had a dog that would follow the kids after school to the harbor while they were surfing. And he would go cruise up to the fishing boats, and he'd get pieces of sashimi and go wait for the kids and come home. So everybody has stories about Lahaina.
Lahaina, no question.
You know,
everybody does.
Yeah, I like to see the sticks and mortars up in Waihikuli. It really does make my heart happy to see that.
Yeah.
But the business, it was the capital. It was the center. It was where,
where everything
the
happened.
art galleries.
Really. That's
where
right.
Friday night you could be cultured. Just take a walk, learn
Jewelry
something.
stores.
Yeah.
A lot of times just things that were
Music.
could be almost anything. But there was a shop, you could buy almost anything on Front Street.
Yes.
And that's an interesting thing, probably overpriced. But again, the rent was overpriced, everything overpriced in a way. But again, just depends on how you look at it. It was the heart of Lahaina and the heart of tourism in a certain way. So by itself, that's a huge, huge thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think all of these things really matter, and it'd be nice to have them opened up again, or somebody with a great idea, to come forward and work with everyone to see to it that something happens. But it's got to start again. Something's got to start. It breaks your heart just driving from out north and heading to Kahului, Wailuku, whatever, and you just bypass it. Now you're at least, and I think I'm going to start doing that, drive through Lahaina every time I come back. I don't think I'll do it on the way out of town.
It's going 20 miles an hour is tough for some people. And now, if you take the regular road instead of
it's
the
insane.
bypass, it's 35 miles an hour
is it? Okay.
to Oluwalu, or to where they meet. Mm-hmm. That's tough.
No,
But
the bypass is very,
efficient.
well, let's say it's efficient. I don't know that I'm not going to say what I think the speed limit is there because it is difficult. If you're trying to drive the speed limit, and I typically try to, it's hard because the traffic is really, really busy right now. So we'll see where that goes. I don't know what else is going to happen there, but I think it's going to be interesting.
I love the fact Tuesdays, Dave and I have our day off. Yay, we get to go play Waiahu and do Costco. Every time we're heading to Waiahu at 6:30, 7 in the morning,
Traffic.
the
Crazy.
traffic coming into Lahaina is back to the tunnel.
It is. It's back to back to back to
It
back
just
all the
makes
way to
me
the
happy
tunnel.
that people are coming to work.
Yes.
But why should they have to pay that price?
Right. No, it's hard
That
because
needs to be
there's
addressed.
nowhere to live
Yeah.
over here that anyone can afford.
Well, it's,
So,
so much
that's-
evaporated.
So much evaporated, exactly.
Yeah.
When you think Waiakuli, and now they're rebuilding Waiakuli slowly but surely, and the houses are going up pretty quick, but when you look up there, it's still pretty minor. If you actually walked up there,
Oh, gosh,
you'd see that there's so many vacant lots. And I hope that they're controlling it so that it comes out great, because it should. A lot of people I know had a difficult time because none of us, if we looked at what our house is insured for today, and none of us ever picture our house will be gone, that there'll be nothing left. It's just flat ground. Everything's gone. And so you didn't insure for that. And you didn't have the money to, because insurance has always been a lot. But I think that's also very difficult for today. If your house is gone, nobody has the right amount of insurance. And I think the county may help a little, but we'll see what's happening
A lot of
next.
those homes in Waihikuli were multi-generational.
Absolutely.
And so they did the Winchester add-on without permits and had multiple rentals in there,
Yes.
which were great income. So all of a sudden, if you can rebuild something, you're not going to have that Taj Mahal
No,
or the income that you were getting from that.
it's going to be hard.
So it's going to be a
Yes.
whole different way of living.
It'll be a whole different way of living.
Yeah.
It will be less generational to begin with. But that, again, it is great that people were able to do that with their family, that they had 4 generations living there and they all got along okay. I think I have 3 sisters, And I don't think you could put the four of us living in a place for more than 5 nights, and we'd take one another's head off. And yet we love one another, but it's totally different. It's amazing. Hey, go back to, we should talk about some listing. This is
Yes.
a real estate show.
Let's talk about
The house, Upcountry.
I have a beautiful house listed at 1525 Kaupakalua Road in Haiku. 5.5 acres, excuse me, main home, single story, over 4,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, ensuite, every one of them, extra baths, gorgeous library, office, wraparound decks, beautiful, beautiful pastures. They have sheep, and the farm really has gorgeous trees. And they've planted all of these different fruit trees in the perimeter of the farm. So the middle of it is all, it looks like New Zealand. It's just grazing, perfect lawns. Then they have the
The pictures you have online are spectacular
it's gorgeous.
by themselves.
It's
yes.
gorgeous. My son Alex was helping the seller. He has junk in the trunk. He was hauling things for the seller.
He has a great business, and he calls it junk in the trunk. But he will pick up almost anything, for a fee, and take it to the dump or wherever he chooses to take it.
Well, the seller and her mom fell in love with Alex and Harley, because Alex
His dog,
takes Harley
yeah.
everywhere with him. And she's going, I'm going to sell this. And Alex goes, you need to call my mom.
Is that the greatest?
So the fact that somebody from Haiku, and she did interview several realtors, but I'm really, really, really blessed to have this listing. It's gorgeous. Some very lucky person is going to come in there.
And they're lucky that you took it, because you are a great agent, and you're constantly doing another deal.
Yeah.
That we'll all say, well, what are you doing today? Well, I've got this one and that one, and whatever's happening. But this really is a little bit out of where you normally would go. But my understanding is from people that have gone up there, agents, that it's spectacular and that you put it all together.
I love it.
Went up there
It's
and
gorgeous.
Totally staged it. It's spectacular.
Actually, the mom, Rosa, came out from Texas, 84 years old, took everything that needed painting, everything, got it handled. She's just, and she did have, the space is so big, she had king-size beds, 2 king-size beds in every one of the bedrooms. And so that's the only staging I did was, okay, you got to get rid of these extra beds. People need to see the space. So Jake and Alex handled that. But yeah, she changed out the windows in the place. They have photovoltaic. It's just one of those rare properties. It could be a fantastic farm. You could have an equestrian center there. You could have children that want to come and need horse therapy or just natural therapy. You could make it a writer's retreat. You could make it an artist retreat.
Or you could just live there.
You could have the
and be
best
happy.
house,
Yes.
imagine. And the
Fabulous.
cottage is actually, the size of Dave's and my little home in the Pili How. And the tenants in that particular cottage have really taken good care of it. They were built in 2007, 2008.
Tenants still there? They've stayed on?
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes, she's got those tenants have stayed on. Yeah, it's just something, it's very easy to show. The cottage, the tenants are off on the weekend, so I have to arrange for that. But you want to see the home, let me know. I'll make it happen for you. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'll get up there
It's
within the
gorgeous.
next week.
Yeah.
And I know Roy had some people that he was talking to today. And it could be a little more than they wanted to spend, but they called us yesterday and were referred to us by someone. And it's really great talking to them.
Good.
But they're more, maybe up to 2 something.
Well, they have 2 1,250-gallon septic tanks. So everything is updated and new. They have a single water meter that they share, which is fine. And with the photovoltaic, running both homes is less than $300 a month for
Wow,
power.
that's great.
So it's just, And I mean, you don't want to be talking about how affordable it is, but it's efficient. If you're going to be running a farm or if you're going to be doing anything in that property, there's nothing you need to change.
That's great.
Nothing.
Because it's hard, no matter what you buy today, it seems like they've been rented or they've been occupied for a long time, and a lot of things will need a lot of work. You know, people are pretty good. You know, let's say at Kapalua, often people will do some nice upgrades, you know, just as they're listing a property. Some won't. They figure that a new buyer is going to want to do the work the way they want it done. But, you know, what your people have done is spectacular.
Yeah.
The photos, I mean, I do have to get up there.
It's
but
beautiful.
The photos are the greatest. Really well
it's
done.
It's green. It's green, and the fruits are, we have gardenia bushes at our house. Yesterday was a 2 gardenia morning. Last time I went up to the ranch, which was about a week ago, I had a gardenia in my hair from my house. And I'm walking around, and I suddenly realized their entire 5-acre driveway is lined with gardenia bushes. It's like,
You've got one little tiny one there.
yeah.
But one
gorgeous.
tiny one is usually all you need.
Yeah.
That's enough. Let's not get greedy with our gardenias.
Let's jump back to people preparing homes for listings.
Yes.
Imagine this. It's 1970.
Okay.
This family has owned Kaanapali Plantation, unit number 6 on the golf course.
Was that the one I saw the other? Now, this place is spectacular. And I saw it before Elizabeth went to work on it. She was already working on it, but I had gone by. We had gotten the lockbox from you. And it was great to, you know, as an agent, to go by and take a look, walk around. I thought it was spectacular. Then she redid everything.
They completed the renovation in January of this year.
Mm-hmm. Just so everybody knows, I think we at a 2-minute warning, are we? Almost, okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Anyway, never been rented before, vacant, on the golf course, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, corner unit,
Great
extra
view.
windows,
Great view.
nobody above you. Kaanapali Plantation has new roofs which are aluminum. They look like shake. Great for your insurance, great for fire.
I thought for sure they were wood.
Yeah,
No, I wasn't really looking at it, but no, that's great.
So that is kind of, at $1,325,000, you're buying a home on the golf course. Brand new everything.
And it's easier to manage than a home on the golf course.
Yeah.
Somebody else is doing, you know, I mean, you'd have somebody that would come by, take care of it, clean, you know, and maybe you would be doing rentals. Now, they do short-term rentals
The
there.
majority of the units, there's 62 units, the majority of them are still doing vacation rentals.
And they're still letting them, or is that one that could be changing?
That's on the Minatoya list as
Is it?
well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting. We all keep talking about this Minatoya list, but it really is an interesting thing going on because there is a list that were originally properties that were not supposed to be used for short-term rentals, but the minute they opened, they were short-term rentals. There was nobody that was going to, I don't think at the time, I remember some of those starting, and there were no other rentals. So I think it's amazing that this is happening now. But
well, one
Lord
miracle
only
at a
knows.
time.
One
miracle at a time. We've got 2.5 months to wait and hear what the mayor has to say, and then we can hopefully move on with life as normal and get back to building West Maui again.
Well, there should be a way. We should have a lot more being built in West Maui. There should be way more buildings, apartment-type buildings, because I think you have a lot of smaller homes, et cetera.
Yeah.
You know, now we are 1-minute warning, so let's think about this for a minute. Is there any final thing that we want to be saying? I think call us, 808-870-7062, Betty Sakamoto. Call Elizabeth Quayle, 808-276-8081.
That was close. 276-6061.
60, I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, I called you enough. I should know that.
I still love you. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. So I guess we will talk to you soon, and thank you, Danny Couch, for being here for us. Aloha.